Good morning. I trust that you had a wonderful weekend of worship and fellowship with God's people. I was powerfully inspired and encouraged by our pastor's message, an overview of the 10 plagues, but his big idea was God is powerful. Wow, that's a good one for us to ponder deeply, isn't it? Well, this is a week of multiple assignments, but I think you're going to really find that it's a very stimulating and exciting kind of week. The first assignment that we have is the mega church online experience. Now, before COVID-19 that started back in March, this was kind of an unusual thing. But I have some friends who are still watching online and not wanting to go to church. Gathered. So I want you to listen and notice that it's to participate in a church service that you don't normally or periodically participate, not your own church, but a mega church. And there are many options out there. A few are suggested. I attend Eastview Christian, which is one of those that is suggested. And you want a powerful time of worship and a sermon? You got it. The second assignment is a small church experience. And in that small church experience, you have two options. One is to read chapters from the Vater's book, or two, to study the Rural Home Missionary Association website and read articles on their website. And the outcome of whichever choice you take is to write an essay, a 2-page essay, about what you have gained and learned and been challenged by from that reading. It's I'd suggest both of them, but that's beyond expectation that is reasonable, and so that's another very enriching experience. Some of you don't know that there are churches with fewer than 100 participants. Read Vader's and you'll find out that there are. Okay. Then the third assignment is a demographics study. That's very valuable. I think most of my life I have thought our community is just like the folks that come to church. But that's not true necessarily. So you will find census data about your community. If you live in a metropolitan area, don't do it of the metropolitan area. Do it of the area around your church. Perhaps your zip code will work, or maybe your neighborhood is called by a given name, and try that. Because what we're working for is, how does your church minister to the people who are around it? Now, I know that many churches have people who drive from mega distance to come, but I want us to think about the community around our church, maybe a mile, maybe 5 miles. And then the outcome is that you're going to build a paper, an essay. It'll be a Microsoft Word document that you upload, and it will have columns, 6 characteristics in the left-hand column: age, ethnicity, economic status, educational level, relation of women to men, and marital family status. The second column will be the estimates of your church. It doesn't matter which way you do it. One of the columns, second column or third column, will be the demographic data. I guess I'd prefer the demographic data to be that second column of your community that you get from census data. And then the third column will be your estimate of your church. Now, I don't want you going to ask people how much money they made, or what age are they. you can make a reasonable guess. And the outcome of that is then, as you see in the assignment, you're to have summary and insights to the paper, and there are 5 headings that you want for your paper. The cultural insights you gain, potential opportunities for you to help your church enhance or start a ministry to the community, any suggested modifications to existing ministries. The 4th header will be obstacles that your church faces to meet those needs. And 5, any recommendations for your church to better minister to your existing community culture. This is an assignment for today, but it's something that you can carry with you in your portfolio to do in any community where you are going to be ministering for the rest of your life. It's a study that is practical and yet so very, very helpful. Now, let's go back to the study material. We have chapter 13 out of Crouch to read. Then we have 3 PDF articles. They are starting to get kind of old. You can note that the first one is a 2015 article. And what are the changes that have occurred since then is part of our own perspective with which we need to read that. And then the next one is Thuma and Bird, Not Who You Think They Are, the real story of America's mega churches. And again, that's an older article, and I give you a substitute on that you can spend 30 minutes studying 3 megachurch websites just to gain bigger insights on that, rather than read that article. And you'll still say, yes, I've read 100%, except we know that you either didn't read that article or you did the online study. And then the third one, American Congregations 2015, Thriving and Surviving. But lots of things have changed in the last 5 years, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic kind of thing. So it's a great week. You'll learn lots of interesting and valuable information. I trust you invest wisely and learn maximally. God bless you as you work this week.